viewers, here's the Lasko 12-inch oscillating table fan back in the studio. I basically dragged this thing out of the closet, the studio closet, because as you guys can see, I still have the Fantic electric screwdriver. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this thing to disassemble the motor housing with. So first thing we gotta do is disassemble this fan. You know, and this will actually be pretty much similar to the last one I did, but it was actually pretty much a long video and wouldn't even upload. So this will probably be a little bit more different, and this time will be with the electric screwdriver. Alright, so here's the grill removed. However, it has like little hours to it, but sure enough, I mean, it's pretty much good as it is. So, anyways, let's go ahead and undo the blade here. Just by undoing this. I'll do this in front of the camera so you guys can see. And let's do this with my left hand. So I want the beam frame so you guys can see. And the grill's, you know, over there. So, and now the blade pulls off, and here's the blade. It's an interesting blade, also has hours on it as well. But yeah, it's alright. I'm not gonna clean this fan in the video. This is just a disassembly video of me using the electric screwdriver. So we're not cleaning this fan at all today. Alright, so now we got the motor. I'm gonna actually face the motor in front of me so I can get the screws. And here's the electric screwdriver. I should say. And this pulls out. You review your bits. And the bit size I'm going to use is this size right here. Imagine this is a size, it's a Phillips number 2 size, or whatever it is. Alright, anyways, let's go ahead and stick this onto the chuck, turn on to high torque. Although I did charge this up in the morning, which I did use it in the shop while I was working in there just now. So now let's go ahead and undo these screws. Well, actually, before we do that, this oscillation knob pulls off. It goes like that, so there's the oscillation knob. Put that in there for right now. And we'll go ahead and get started. I'll try to maybe if I would, I'll probably stand up for this. If I'm not gonna be in the way, hopefully. All we're gonna do is do this. So there's 4 screws holding this front motor housing in place. That's what I'm doing right now. Okay, and now this will come right off. And bam, there we go. So the 4 screws are in there still. I'm gonna go ahead and put it over there. Alright, and now the back, the motor housing, and there's a single screw back. I'm also going to undo that. This falls, and then now we can take this off, the motor housing. So now as you guys can see, the back of the motor now. I'll give you guys a close-up on it right now. So as you guys can see, it is basically a well-made motor, although it is a Medea motor, of course. And you guys can see the wiring. There's a capacitor, and then, you know, the back, the oscillation mechanism. However, I don't know if you guys can see inside the motor, but see, guys, very closely, you guys can see that there's a like a circuit board in there. At some point, that little green in there. That's pretty interesting. Well, I think now what I'm gonna do for the end of the video is go ahead and reassemble this. So now I'll go ahead and do that. I'll start with the motor cover first. We'll just slide that in. Let that rest like that, because I'm going to get the screw on the bit with a screwdriver, and we'll go ahead and line it up. Perfect. Although I just realized I could use this as a manual screwdriver. I'll basically show you in a minute while I get this one, the front back end, and which I really never realized I can do that. So I think what we're gonna do is get the first screw lined up first, and then I'll show you in a minute. Alright, so as you can see, I am turning the screw without any problem. So yeah, that's really cool. I never realized I can, well, I mean, if I had it in the off position, if I want to use it as a manual. But I guess personally for me, I'd like to use it as the electronic style. So I think I'm just gonna keep using it like that. Alright, so the first screw is aligned, so now what I'm going to do is get the bottom. Very nice and even, I mean, you know, that way it gets lined up really easily. Alright, so this thing has a lot of power to it, I'm not going to lie. And you guys can see the LED light in the camera. Alright, well that's back together. That was really simple. So now what I'm going to do is replace the oscillation knob. Here, okay. We'll get this kit and everything out of the way real quick a little bit. And this just pops in. You just push it, and as you can see, there's like clips on it right here. You guys can see right there. There's like 2 clips on the side. And then it just pushes on into here. Let me see. And then bam, it's in. So now, and then the push button's right here. Yeah, you guys all remember that one from the past summer when I, well actually towards the end of the summer when I barely bought this in. Bought this here to replace that tower fan I had. But in probably the next season, I'll probably do a little service video on this one where I do a clean-in service, because I know this fan's a little dusty at the same time. So that'll be a really good idea to do. Also, you can see that the back has some hours on it as well, but that's okay. Alright, so the way we put this back in, it's like the same as the stand fan variant, which is also the Lasko fan. There's two things right here and one on the bottom, and there's tabs right there and a tab right there. So we just want to, and we want to face the handle upwards, like on every single fan. We want to do that, and we just push that. We just put it on like that, and then we take this retainer, the retainer nut, and then we go this way to tighten it. Takes a little, minute just to get lined up, but once you're there, you're there. And this doesn't really need to be super dang tight either. It just needs to be snugged. Same with the blade hubcap. So now what we're gonna do is put the blade back on, and as you all know that this has, we want to line up these pins on the motor shaft, and then the grooves that are on the blade hub. Which you guys can see. So now I'm gonna go ahead and put it on. So I'm gonna put this on like that until it lines up. Now what I'm gonna do is go ahead and replace this one. This is also reverse threaded. So all we gotta go is go like this. Going the right way, okay. Now this does not need to be super tight as well, it just needs to be snugged. You don't want to over tighten it because this goes through plastic threads, including the retainer nut for the rear grille. So now we're going to replace the front grille that says Lasko on it. And although this has the older style logo on it, which is, I think it's like the older version. The Lasko stand fan has the newer version. I think this one is pretty much better than the newer version anyways. So now I'm just placing the clips on here, and then bam, that was it. So that was a really simple and easy way to do this, and it didn't take all that long. So now what I'm going to do now is put the screwdriver away. So we put the bit back in the magnetic case there, and then we just drop the screwdriver down like this, push it down. Because honestly enough, this is honestly magnetic because there's like magnets on the back, on the bottom, and there's magnets inside of the case here. So this just slides down like that, and you can hear it click, and then you just push that one all the way down, and you take your lid, and your lid just snugs, and it's a snug fit, and then bam, you're ready to go. So now for the end of the video, if you guys enjoyed this video, me using the brand new electric screwdriver, the Fantic, then I'll do more videos with that screwdriver. I'll probably even do it on the Lakewood 9-inch high velocity fan that I have, and then sooner enough the iLiving fan, which will probably be next season when I take that one back out of the box. But until then, this will be the conclusion of this fan though. And as you guys know that this video is 14 minutes long now. But anyways, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and as always, I'll see you on the next one. Out.